Alright. Hello, hello. Looks like a buffer for a little bit. There we go. Okay. Think we're good now? Am I good? Okay. Can't tell. Alrighty. Hello, hello. Let me do some roll call, I guess. Let me do that. Let me find it. Alright, we got Peyton, Elbrody, Mendevo, Midil. Is that right? Star Sunny and me. Alright. Cool. Welcome. Happy almost St. Patrick's Day, I guess. This will be the closest stream to this, I guess. Here's my keyboard. That never happened when I was practicing. There, everything's happening. Is it when I'm streaming? That's freaky. Anyway, hello. Hey. Alright, cool. Should we get right into the thick of it right now? Should I wait a little bit longer? Yep. Yeah, I don't know what's up with this. This is that little box that comes up sometimes that I custom made because I can have this for my tablet. And I can have like all these little boxes. They're little shortcuts specifically for Flash here. So for some reason those show up. So if you see that, yeah, you know why. Yeah, so this is again, let's see, I didn't say it. Fall Ape Celestia. It's gonna be an animation for, let's see, he's got so many names. Josh Shortsher. He's an analyst. Whoa, I got an email. That was cool. It's just one of those scam ones, I guess. Doesn't matter. No one's really emailing me anyway. Fall Ape Celestia. That's the animation. Pretty big scale. It's gonna be about 20 minutes long. Here's some storyboards. These are all work in progress. Well, that's 37. What was I gonna need? Oops. There's so many keyboards. Let me just double check and see where we're supposed to be. Oh, 47. Okay. So I gotta input that. Alright, how we doing? Well, I figure out where I'm supposed to put this new storyboard page in. I did not draw these storyboards, so these are by, what's his name? It's so tricky because everyone has an alias, and some people have two aliases. So the guy who drew these, I guess one of his names is Jin, J-I-N. So giving credit to that. I'm now scanning to see. I'm just reading to see. This is 42. I need to get to 47. Well, 46, and then I can add 47 in. Then I added this because looks like he missed that bit. Okay. Almost there, and you guys are from international. Cool. Here's 46. Some of you from Spain. Anyone else out of countries? Libertarian Peninsula. Cool. Oh, you're from Peru. Cool. Okay. I think the out-of-country-ness that I've been to is Canada and Japan, just for like a 2-week visit. That was still fun though. So must have been, you know, when I travel, it's all in America. So I've been to a couple states, just for like family trips or, you know, Disneyland kind of stuff. So nothing too crazy there. Oak Harbor. Wow. Cool. I'm from Seattle. So that's I'm in Seattle right now. So that's pretty cool. Now you can almost stalk me if you want to. I gotta listen to this. Can you hear it?
I think you're...
Yeah, that's pretty loud. Nice. Turn it down a little bit.
You're mistaking parental love for lazy neglect. Suppose you had asked for help. Do you really think she would have come for you? 100...
Okay. Let's see, I'm just Figured out, was that sound by the voice actors okay? Did I turn it down a little bit, halfway? Then I turned it down on my main speaker so my headphones wouldn't blast off. Man, that's really annoying. These are really annoying. I don't know why that's happening. So, that little box is okay. Did I save it? Thought I saved it. Did I save it in the place? Maybe I never saved it. Save image. Oh, I saved it in there. Okay. Let me figure out where the file folder is. Do. Nope, I'm just adding wrong buttons. Don't open. Import. Okay. Is that Twilight? Yes. So, in this story, look through my folders to see where I put it. Storyboards. Then number 47. It's part of a sequence. No. Who's there? Okay. Oi oi. I keep getting text messages now. Someone's texting me. That's fine. It's in a group chat. Let's see. Okay, it's before that. Okay. Yeah. So it's just a little. I just cut it. Copy. I think here needs to look like. Okay. So let's go back and import these that I again did not draw, but I'm just gonna port these into this animatic file. Let's see, it's about to listen. Oh, actually, these aren't show clips. This is the next bit. I imported it again for no reason. And I just need to get 47 added in. There we go. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, how we doing? How's it going? Yeah, I'm doing great. I just get so nervous, like these are got so many people watching me now. Everything's technically freaking out, so it's not really my fault in that case. Yeah, had a pretty good day. Just kind of rested. Didn't really work, actually on anything. Looks like someone. Yeah, it's for review. Yeah, Peyton, sorry. Can't self-promote on here. I'm sure you're a swell guy, but you could do it somewhere else. I don't know what in the flip happened. That's Twilight. Oh, okay. It just seemed like I took this whole file out of here. Let me add it back into there. Okay, yeah, we're good. This is pretty easy to do. It just takes a bit of doing. If it actually do anything. There we go. Okay. Yeah, for some reason these aren't exactly straight, so I have to manually figure out a straight angle here. Do. Yeah, we're doing. Got some lip soles. That's cool. Let's see. Hoi hoi. Yeah, so this is Twilight here in Celestia. And for some reason she's in a maid outfit in this shot. Oh, you need to switch to live chat, not top chat. Well, that makes more sense, yeah. I'm in top chat, reading through here. I don't know if that actually matters, like, if top chat is the one that's being broadcasted, through the little chat box over there. But not really, it's too many chatters right now. Okay, I think we're good here. That was the wrong one I was messing around with. Should be messing around with this one, which is just about fine. Okay. Looks like more people are joining in. Cool. Hi. Hey, hey. Alright, cool. This is mostly me just talking to myself in a room with you guys watching and me having technical troubles, having a weird uh, little boxes show up randomly, like that keyboard. And there was like that second keyboard that came up. I was not prepared for that to happen. There's that little box. It shows up sometimes. She remember because things should make up car work she doesn't want to. Let's see. I haven't really totally studied the script too much. Let's see. Yeah. So in this, like, big picture-wise, so the story is Twilight wakes up in like a castle, and then Vesper comes in, like mysterious, like who is this pony kind of thing. We're not supposed to know who it is, and then they kind of have this verbal battle with each other of if Celestia is a good ruler or not. So it's like, you know, Twilight trying to defend Celestia while Vesper is trying to make Celestia look like a bad person, like she's a bad ruler. Like, remember all those, like, they come up with ideas of, like, remember that time when Celestia didn't appear or something? So this is like they're talking to each other, and this is like a little, like, chibi kind of pointies kind of style section. So I had to listen to reading this section that I haven't totally read yet, so I had to look through these almost stage directions now. Okay, so I just have to listen for it. Do you really think she would come for you?
I think you're mistaking
So
parental love
offer
for
lazy neglect.
Suppose you had
Not
asked
for help. Okay. Start around here. So I can make keyframes and then move this up. Yeah. That's been in my opinion on the movie. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. The art style was really cool. The story I wasn't too impressed with. I just felt like it was lacking in some parts, and definitely felt like it was just, you know, made to sell those sea ponies when they weren't really important, or Capper wasn't really important. They like they had like a whole new cast that didn't matter at the end, you know? Because, you know, in the final fight, like, they just fight up the random, you know, nameless guards at the end. So, like, cool. But yeah, seeing Derpy at the beginning was funny. That's really the only redeeming quality in this story. That was really good. Yeah. Everything else, like all the animation and stuff, looks really good. Yeah. I can use emotes while I'm talking, so I don't have to. But you can. Cool. It's still 5 old sea ponies. Oh man. Yeah. Definitely seemed that way. Like, I remember, like, one of the first trailers I had, like, they did switch out, like, in one shot that's identical to the one in the movie, where they switch it out so it'll not be, like, recognizable characters, so, like, more OC style. So, that was a bit weird. I'm adding keyframe to move this up into the canvas. And with this new version of Adobe Animate, I can now, you know, turn off the visibility of everything outside the canvas, so that makes it easier. Especially with this having a black outline here that I can't see what I'm doing. Can't see where the stage is.
Do you really think she would have come for you? 100.
Okay. Here's the next bit. Just in 2 or 3, they had no boy ponies? I mean, that wasn't really had to be studied for us. I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, I didn't really, watch it.
100%. I
She takes like a whole second to say 100%.
100%. I
Okay. But wasn't there, who said that horn? Was there like a boy, like whole thing too? Like they made boy pony toys, and then they had a whole season like that? Wasn't that 2? Or was it like 2.5 or something weird? I don't know. But yeah, there were, I guess it'd be stallions in the urchins.
remember the wedding when she should have trusted her most faithful student that something was amiss in a state of heightened security? Or were you just not that important to her? Hey, that doesn't count. I barged into the wedding rehearsal with circumstantial evidence and slanderous accusations, and had the gall to just expect everyone to take my word for it. Oh, now you're being ridiculous. It shouldn't have.
Okay. Looks like we filled in that gaps between the 2 pages here. I'm not sure why this page was left out in our when Jen sent them to me, but glad we got that now. Jen 1 and 4 only have voted. That's interesting. Anyway, let's see here. That's pretty much all I got, because Jen ran out of time or whatever to post the rest of the ones that he worked on this week. So, anyway, what do you guys want to see next? Want me to spend some time with Twilight? Maybe a background or something? Something with backgrounds? I'm sure there's one of these I can work on. Or Vesper. Any of these sound interesting? Have a little vote in there. What do you guys want to see? Sure, there's some background here. I made a bunch of backgrounds. I haven't made this one, but that's not really gonna be too important, I think. Just wanted to fill it out. Looks like I can finish this off with extending all the way to this red edge over here. Oof. That's no good. Or is that right? Was it supposed to be tilted? I don't remember. You guys don't remember. I think this was a Dutch angle. Okay. Then 8. This is mostly just a zoom in of the same angle as like one of these. Or the long shot one. Okay, 6. So 6 is 8, but just zoomed in. Okay. Not too much background stuff then. Anyway, I can kind of go through here. That it's got this flame here that's animated. Where is it animated? There it is. You can kind of see it. Yep. So I made this flame from a whole nother project for probably like 2 or 3 years ago. That needed a little fireplace fire. And just had to reuse it here. Added a cool glow effect and blurs. Added it on this torch, and there you go. Then you can have as many as you want. Okay. Looks like there's 2 there. What's this? Oh, yes, okay. That's the sky background there. Okay. Looks like there's not much there, but I think there's some very small stuff I can tweak with Twilight here. Making sure all her proportions are right, and when I spin her, nothing's out of place, really. Like everything matches up when you spin it. That looks a little better. This mostly just gotta tweak this little bits at a time. Let's see. Does that make sense? But everything else is kind of acting on that too. I kind of go through some of these symbols too here. That there's different legs I got here, and they're all separated. Yeah. And I think I could add some up legs here where it's kind of bent. Didn't think I have enough time to really add that stuff in. Let's see, so I can... I think this neck is out there. So I could just move her head back and that looks a little better. It's hard to tell, because most of these I already, you know, made sure worked. But now I'm like, yeah, maybe it doesn't. So I'm just kind of like almost just scrubbing through all these bits to see where things line up between the two bits. Like that, you're supposed to have a, you know, continuity, and this line goes the other way, even if it made sense the other way, like this. Oh, it's a different symbol. Okay. Some of this I don't remember exactly what I did, so it makes it safe for me to then go in here and change it. Looks like that's a line tool. Okay. Let me get some Zomp color here, which is like the color of my all my other stuff I do. Like my border and everything. Up at the top is all Zomp. There we go. Zomp it up. You guys know about that? This kind of weird green teal kind of color. Let's see. That happened. Let's see. So he's got to connect like that. Obviously, some of this might be easier if I just kind of went ahead and just redrew it instead of trying to play around with what I have, which sometimes can be bad. Definitely end up with a lot more anchor points than probably I want. So I probably found like a reference or a picture of her at this angle and said, you know, that looks right. But when spinning it around, I'm like, I don't think it should look like that now. So here we are, going into making a very small change, which you probably wouldn't notice, but it looks a little better when you flip these back and forth. At least this angle there, a little bit. It's definitely not the same, like at all, when you flip these. So probably want to go back in. So that just goes up, but this goes out. I want to get rid of as many points as I can before I start meddling. Alright. There we go. This is gonna make it look better. I forgot you guys. How you doing? Don't worry. Just, you guys weren't saying anything important to me yet. So that's kind of when I kind of trail off. It's like, okay, yep. You guys are having your own conversation a little bit. That's fine. See how that kind of works. So I could just go in here, block this off, and I can go ahead and delete all this, and then draw it again. Which is just a simple, thin, almost black line here. Get rid of the outlines, and there we go. So it's pretty simple to do these kind of cleanups. Noticing this is more straight. But I have this anchor point there and it's messing everything up. Okay. Oh, keyboard. Yeah, I'm not really paying attention to it. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. Like, how are you guys doing? I know this is most of this is pretty dry as I'm really just going in, just barely changing my anchor points and curves and stuff. So it's really not animation yet. There won't be any animation bits today, as we're still all in pre-production until we finish the animatic, which might take another month or so at this rate. So, at least with this project, it's been going somewhat slower than what I'm used to. But then sometimes, I get into the job when the animatic is done, so the animators can, just jump in and use the animatics to start animating quicker. Because I got started, practically when we only had the script, so I had to wait for, all these boards to be drawn, and then there's, 24 minutes, roughly, of storyboards to draw. If only one guy's drawing them, yeah, it takes a while. I think we're around 3/4 of the way done with animatic. So around 16 minutes of animatic done. So that's good. That's always good to hear. And we're just rounding it out now. Well, we're still definitely only on part 2 out of 3, and of each part is like 10 to 11 minutes. So this definitely looks better than what we had before, but it doesn't look right somehow. So I'll go back in and clean it up again. But I could just, just mush it all around. And as I move, I use less points. Make sure everything's smooth again. We're all good? Okay. Anyway, I probably would keep spending much more time on that kind of stuff. Let's move on. Up. There we go. I noticed this when I was looking at it earlier. It's that her neck gets taller and then short again. So I'm going to take this and see, yep, the height of this line gets taller. So yeah, this is Kind of this stuff we have to do a bunch. But this is really only for puppet building, which is what this is. Yeah, it looks better. There's my guidelines. So let me... guidelines are for invisible lines that, they're like rulers to see, you know, how tall things are. So I'll use them to say, to line up the top of the head and top of every butt. Like the leg should be tall and the same height at each angle. See that? So I'm just looking at continuity and seeing if there's anything that would look out of place anywhere. Like we have this at a different angle here. So I might just go in and see what I can do. Like there's not too much I can do without just breaking it. It's really hard with this kind of stuff. Because it's all vector based, so it's all mathematical points in space and vectors. So if you start moving too many bits on top of each other, like overlapping, that's when things get bad. Because you know, you can have a line, and then if you have another line that crosses it, but then you want to move that around, you can see like all these points have to line up, and they overlap, you know, the lines each other. Then you have something like this, and that's not what you wanted at the first place. So you can just keep moving this around, and then it gets worse and worse, kind of thing. And then you just have this mess where you usually only had like 4 points, and now you can see like how many points that turns into. So that's what I'm trying to keep care of, making sure nothing like that happens. And I like bowing things out, making sure that when we move things, they there's no overlap. Well, we're supposed to make them overlap, but if they overlap in the wrong way, then that's bad. Yeah, how you guys doing? I know this is probably all really dry, but my mouth isn't now. Looks what happened here, and there's now a little hole here. I had to go in and now make it longer. Make sure that there is an overlap. There we go. Probably should have renamed this stream to like animatic and puppets. This isn't gonna be animation, I'm sorry if you're looking forward to that. Let's see, so this should be maybe a bit longer. And it goes under the ear, but I can move the ear underneath the hair if I wanted, but just for that one case. Does that make sense? Yeah, I can see like through here. Yeah, I can see it through the whole way that this is... Well, it has to match up between this here. So I might have to redraw this arc to go over there. So it's more of a... and this existing arc over here isn't gonna be matching. Deleted it. And when things get bad, you can just erase it. Start over. It's probably your best friend. Just gotta go ahead and just don't worry about it. to just delete it. So this is what's gonna happen again. It's gonna be like that. And then it has to somehow see how many little dots there were. This isn't, you know, the real way to do this. This is mostly just me going back in and fixing it. So you gotta plan this kind of stuff really deliberately. So this is mostly me just saying I found a reference and then I kind of copied it, but then I realized that's not exactly what I wanted, so now I'm just having to go back in and making it what I want. But that requires a lot of to get everything smooth, because everything's it's practically just this, you know, just 2 points that then I didn't have control over to make it you know, a curve. What usually happens is you want a curve, but then you have another line that then comes out, so then it has to be at the right angle to make it look like one line, you know. So that's what I'm having to deal with, is that there's just so many little points now that I'm having to gently figure out where the points are, what the angles of these are. And sometimes they don't behave as you want. So I'm having to go in very carefully to make this just, you know, a tad longer at this point here. When it goes like all this gray checkerboard kind of thing, that just means I'm clicking on the fill. Yeah. Looks like there's a lot of stuff here. That's okay. Always want to zoom in too. I know if I just mess with it, sometimes they're so loose that they just spring out. Okay. So let's see how that looks. How we doing? No, I probably lost a couple of you guys there. That's okay. But how we all doing? Who's here? Titspence. It just says Payton. Okay. Haha. Well done. How we doing? Mr. Horn? Mrs. Horn? It's gonna go up here. So I need ear to be below hair, so I could just almost just flip these 2 dots. Don't worry about it now looking weird. Just trying to drag it and over, and there we go. And then do the same thing. So this should be a bit longer. I can see it. Be a bit bigger here. Change your major to history. That sounds good. You sound like you knew a bunch of history already. Boop. Okay. I'm just moving black dots at this point. Okay, good. And that was just to have her hair here just extend like that much, you know, so. But when we spin it around, it'll seem more right, You know, like I can see through here that it gets longer at this bit. Like it gets taller. That's what happens when we shorten it. This might be where I use my rulers. Make sure it's the same height at every point, at every angle. I don't know, I read that as 40,000 astronomers. That's pretty good though. That's different from being an astronaut, right? That just means you know about space rather than go into space. See, at this point, there's too many dots. And the dots are again, you know, there's 3 dots here, 1, 2, 3. And if I add one, it doesn't appear as anything, but I can move it and then it acts as another anchor. I also look at colors different between here and here for some reason. Let me see. EC3A, E4. Yeah, it's different. Pop. Wow. That'd be important. There we go. Well, yeah, sometimes you see like the head not matching, just because I'm inside of the head symbol, so I can only deal with these bits here. Then when I double click, then I can click all the head as a unit, and then all the body bits. So, and now when I zoomed out, it I can only click on the whole body. Let's see. So I did about halfway to get to here. I'm gonna move this a little bit. Get a little dance going on. Alright. Cool. Okay. And this little stuff like this is like this tiny little thing right there is bothering me. So I'll go all the way in and then change the bits in here. Make sure they all line up well. And that's when you drag on the fill. Blah. Yeah, you're so right. I mean, this is important stuff at, you know, some levels. But, this might not be the most interesting thing, I know. I mean, I'm sure, like, animating is, at some levels, pretty boring, too. So, I don't mind it. I got the patience of a thing that has a lot of patience. Give me a simile. Well, who has the most patience in the world? And then I'll be like, yeah, I'm near that. I don't know. Oh, hey. Oh, okay. Sure. That's okay, Farrell. Nice to see you again. The amount of leeway of clicking on the fill and not is quite big. Or not. It's really small. Yep. So I'm just changing this art very, very slightly. This is kind of stuff that I wanted to work on. So glad I'm able to. And doing it with you guys is really cool, because I know some of this I don't know what I'm saying. It's pretty not really monotonous, but it's just not too much real fun at this point, you know. You've already drawn everything. It's more just going back and then making sure that it's drawn like almost perfectly now. So this is like a cleanup phase, make sure everything's truly in working order. At least in just the vector art work. Making sure that's all good. Like I've already set up all the secondary, you know, like I showed with the leg and stuff, has multiple frames and symbols inside it, especially the head. That has a ton, and then each head has its own you know, all the eyes and all the mouths, and sometimes the ears have some. Let's see, I think this ear has, that's 3/4 down. But yeah, I've added this little animation of it going down. So this is the kind of stuff that Flash is used for, is to have these kind of reusable animations. So like, especially with like blinks, I can click on her eyelid and it does a blink. So anytime that I want to have a blink, I don't have to go in and like, oh, I have to draw another blink. Instead, I can just have, you know, this symbol and then say start blink, and then it'll go through all the frames that I want. So much more useful in that sense. Very versatile. Yeah, so I'm just making sure that everything's in working order. Ah, okay, I see. So I think I wanted this bit to be underneath, like, the body here, but because it was in front of, it has to be connected to its hair, it needed to just be its own thing. I don't know why, but I also need to, I guess I can make it a mask, just so I can, that might be easier. A mask is, when do we get to it, I can show it. Yep. So I'm gonna make a shape out of lines with my Zomp. That's what it is. With my Zomp color. I'm gonna zoom in real close. Shoots the right angle and everything. Okay. Now I can fill it with a color. Probably lighter color. I don't know why I'm being picky with this color. Alright. Hey, glad to see that you joined my stream though. Okay. See ya, Mystical Firefox. That's a nice name. Yep. Yep. Gotta miss the best part. When I make a mask. Boop. Was that something? So that just means that I need to have a duplicate of it underneath, so I need to have another layer that's not masked. That's the same thing. That's all wobbly whoop. There we go. So now it's not what I wanted. It should be. That's what I want, is this. But it won't show up unless it's... I forgot how this worked. Is it just deleting this? That works. Okay, good. Let's see. Her neck is a bit toe long. Okay. That's... yeah, we get that a lot. She's supposed to be an alicorn in this animation. I mean, I researched, you know, as much as I could to see, you know, her proportions are pretty much all these blue lines here. So it does seem like she has a long neck, but let me see. Where can I find it? Yeah, and that. Here's a bunch of pictures that I found. So if you're ever curious about that, this is what I found, is all this. And it just looks right with this is the weird part. I don't know if it's like this haunch, you know, underbelly, this kind of line like right here is what makes it seem short. But we can kind of trace this around like that. And then here's head. And then get rid of that. And now we got that. So it actually, in this case, should seems like it should be longer. Huh. Like if I move her, you know, her head is practically in the same position. So it seemed like her neck actually went down, in this case, down to here. So I don't know what you're saying. It just seemed like that angle, yes. But in this angle too. Maybe it's this one. No. What angle was this? It was a profile. Okay. You have a profile. And that just, you know, this leg is, you know, skewed this way. So I had to revert it back to that. And then made sure everything else fit. I'm sure it's not perfect, but just seemed like that. You're saying her neck just seemed to be shorter? Not quite sure what you're saying there, but yeah. Her proportions, like in different shots, even in the show, are always a little bit off from each other too. So, like here's a weird recorder. Like this is what that's kind of this angle here for her neck. That's what I took, but make sure it fit with this other bit that wraps around like that. So, you know, it's either gonna be like this or it's gonna be like this. So it's like, how do you go from a this to a that in an angle that doesn't really make sense? So I just went ahead with this one to then flow it like that. That made sense. So let's see it. So we got this angle. That's like that. And then I rotated it around, and then so you have this, and then it rotates, and then you have something like that. Didn't seem right with this angle, so then I just flipped it around, and it's a bit higher. I was just looking at this one angle right there. But anyway, you guys are worried about the neck. Like here, yeah. Let me see. Got it pretty close here. This special I can talk more. Okay. Did you like limit it so people can only talk a couple amount of times? Is that what happened? I definitely don't need to. Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely don't need to put like slow chat on. I think we got that covered. Yeah, let's see. So I think what did I do? I think I made her a little bit bigger here because she's definitely taller. Move her ear up here. Get rid of it, guys. I don't need you guys. I can go from the ear. She's a bit short in here. This is more of a 3/4 body, though. You think 4 or 5? Yeah. Too many legs. Boop. Let's see. For some reason I have a copy over there. Okay. Bop, bop, bop. Yeah, I'm just looking at it now and thinking, why does mine look like her neck is huge, but these pictures it seemed okay. And this is pretty much the same. You know, this to this is practically the same. So I don't know. Yeah. Seems like this is more of a. This is straight up. We can't see the other bit, but I guess that's a bit more like that. While this is straight. And it seems like mine is straight. So. I mean, I guess I can try that. Take this and then here's all our necks. So I'll make a copy and then see what I can do with this. I can't get rid of it. Let me just get this kind of angle bit and drag that over. Oops, it's on the same layer. Oh well, it's gone. But yeah, I'll probably end this stream. I didn't want to have a long stream because I knew this would be not much for you guys. I know you guys like the interactive stuff probably more, right? Like you want to do all those requests and commissions and whatever else. This is mostly just me doing a work day kind of stuff. I wanted to do like a poll of like what kind of content you want to see from this kind of stuff, these streams. Like, do you just want like a normal, you know, work day kind of stuff, or actual like animating or requests and stuff? Okay, yeah, that actually looks a little better when it's angled. Huh. Like just like art. Oh, that's nice. It's like I went off. That's weird. I don't know what I did. Am I back? Okay. Wow. That was the worst thing. um, what happened? I like swiveled my chair and hit the control key. That's the only thing I can think of. I didn't hit anything else for the stream, so I don't know what to blame really for that. I'm sorry. Are we still in the same video? Do you think? Can you guys look at the time bar, the red bar? Does that go back? Does it say like I've been online for a while? It still looks. I just want to make sure it's the same video, you know? Like we didn't trespass into like making this like a, you know, another part kind of thing. Are we good? Yeah. Nothing pops on the bar. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of, that I didn't want to make this into another part. I've gone for an hour and I think we've made, I mean, this doesn't seem like a lot of progress, but I think that's a sign to call it here. So I know this is gonna be short, but I'll keep working on this anyway. Probably focus way better on this anyway. So yeah, yeah, I was gonna end it pretty shortly today, just because I knew there wasn't gonna be too much content for my other videos or other projects, so I just wanted to keep it short. So yeah, because like with my new movie, it's gonna be the same thing, so I might work on that too before Tuesday, and then show that off to work on the movie again, and then the Cruel Special Derpy. I had some technical problems of like figuring out how to do something, of how to animate something. So if you saw that last one, you'll know why I'm freaking out about that. And I'm not working currently anything on my main channel. I have a couple ideas, I just haven't made a script or anything yet, so I can't really show that off, you know? So that's pretty much what I got so far, so I just wanted to bring this project back, but then I knew that there wasn't as much content, so I wanted to keep it short. So anyway, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. But if you want to just hang out a little bit, if there's anyone on who wants to ask any general questions or anything about like art or about me, I guess it'd be pretty good. Pretty much done today. So yeah, leave that open for a little bit, and I'll sit all of it here. Let me click these couple buttons. Boop. Otherwise, yeah. I'll end it today. Nice headset. Thanks. Got this for Christmas. Had a hard time trying to get this, you know, headset working. It was gonna either be one that didn't fit right, or one that I think it was the last one I got. I think it was for like the Switch, which had a different kind of thing on it, like an output. Either way, the bad thing about this is that its speakers are actually dying, so I had to always turn my, you know, my internal speakers down here to like 100, whatever that is. So I can't hear things now. So that's bad with that. But yeah, it worked pretty good, but it has like green on it, so I got the green screen back here that I had to use electric tape around here. I don't know if I could take this off or it'll be bad. I'll mute it for a sec, but you can see the electric tape around it and how it's green as I find the mic button. Okay. Yeah. So I had to put electric tape around that half of it, and then it was like green right here at the top. Yeah. So it's a little invisible trick there. Do you know if it has a warranty? I'm sure. I just haven't really looked into it yet. And I got like tons of other speakers, so if I wanted, I could just swap it out to have better sound quality. But then some of them hurt my ears, like for too long. They kind of like squeeze my ears and all that. So this one's just most comfortable, and it has the mic, but the speakers are dead. So yeah. And doesn't have a pop filter, so pop, pop. Kind of sounds really bad when I giggle, you know. Either way, it's never found a perfect headset so far. I got that big mic, which I showed you, that was like a studio kind of mic for like a radio broadcast kind of thing. A really simple one, like a stage mic or something. But I don't have a stand for it, so I have to put it like on my belly while I work, so it's not too useful in that sense. So yeah. Oh, you're looking for one too? Yeah. That's how they get you. They have short lasting speakers. Problem of mine is a lot of my other kind of headset stuff is I guess just those little earbud ones that the wire that connects, near the output input, the one that you jack it into either the device, it always kind of starts to like bend, and then it starts to fray, and then wires internally come out, and it gets all bad. So that's never good. Let me spin this around. There you go. Now I got something to look at. It looks. I think what we had before looks better now. It's definitely kind of jiggly, so, and you'll never see her actually spin around. But when you need to swap out certain heads to, like, from a head to a head kind of thing, you want it to feel like it's the same head. So that's the only thing I was really looking for in this segment. Yeah, I hate when that happens too. Yeah, just don't get the cheap ones, I guess. Those ones die in like a couple months. With the little earbuds ones, where it's just a little nib that then is only for like one of those little. The ones where it's more like a disc kind of goes into, or is it more like this? I mean, there's a bunch of those kind of types that where the end bit doesn't work. Either way, yeah, it's gonna end soon about here. I think what looks strange is that her hair is not on it. I guess when it spins around, you kind of see that. Like, it ruins the illusion. Because I'm sure, like here, if I just had a still on it, I mean, would you believe at this point that it's connected? Sorry, is it connected to her or her neck? I think it's when it spins that you can see, like, it gets a little parallax, when two things are far apart, that then you can see like something closer moves quicker. So if you see it, kind of moving faster than when the hair is moving faster than the neck, then kind of feels like that. But it's not too much I can really do about that, without sacrificing, making it look like it, should. So, I mean, I can layer it, and I can't really layer it behind the wing, because that doesn't work. Again, it's hard to tell because this body type is different from here. So even between different shots, it's not even the same. Yeah. Okay, you mean the hair is not over the neck, blocking it. Oh, okay. Like at the in the show they have the hair on what either side she is facing. We don't see it when out of the hair over the neck. Okay. I think I can make it out what you're saying. You're saying like at like one of these kind of angles? Maybe like one of these that they usually have it where it always looks like this, like that. Is that what you mean? Farrell? Like they wouldn't have it. Yes, okay. Like they wouldn't have it like that. Okay. Yeah, that's just I guess a creative choice for me. Because I know one of the directors I've worked with was like really stingy and like actually wanted it to be this way, where if you spin it around, it'll be like a real toy that you're spinning around. Where the hair, you know, is on one side, so when you spin it around, you can see that the hair, you know, is on that side. But it is a specific choice to do that or not. I'm sure like other cartoons don't really have this apparent of a problem. Like I'm trying to think any of them that have like a braid. I mean, that is like important to like whether or not it switches either side. I can't really think of too many right now that have like an asymmetric design. Yeah, I get it, but it is a bit of a strange of a look. Okay. Yeah, I'll look into it to see whether or not. I'll ask around our team to see if that's a thing. It'll probably be easier to just have it look like this. I'm pointing with my hand to look like this kind of hair design, you know. And if I wanted to flip her, you know, to look like this for the other side, something like that. Does that make sense? Just a bit of a strange, I'm sure I've thought about it, whether or not to do it like that. It is I'm sure it's not, in the grand scheme of things, isn't important, but it is. You're definitely gonna notice it either way. So, yeah. Yeah, sorry, Duder. You've had a couple of problems and weren't following my rules in my chat a couple of times. I think I added that just now. But there's always, in my mind, always been there. So go ahead and read the description, Duder. You'll just want it to be less work. Yeah. Like I've known, it'll take a bit to find it, but there's a, what if I can find it? Let me go to Drive. There's a couple puppets where they do flip it. And I just thought it looked really weird. Do I have to like download it? I'm probably sure I have it somewhere. Who should I pick on? Is RFB? Nope. I'm trying to find a file. What if I could show this off? I'm sure like you're not gonna open it. Let's see. Download. Only need one mod. That's true. We only got like 10 people watching at some point, so if we just have one. You just want to feel special. That's not the right way to do it. It's not a good reason to be a mod. I don't know what this is, but I think it's gonna be something. Definitely be something. Okay. Here is someone else's. We're totally getting off track from what I wanted to do. Warn people spamming, that's good. I should probably add that to the rules, so when I do it again. No spam? Does that save? I'll change the save. Okay. So let's see, where it should go. So here's mine, and then here is someone else's. So she got like a short neck, but does that look good? It's hard to say. Let's go inside her puppet. It's a bit more clean, I guess. So we can follow. If you're still in here, who am I doing this for? Feral? Alright, cool. Okay. So we're gonna spin her around. See what they did. Yeah, look again. Yeah, they did the same hairstyle. Where it just is huge. This neck here. Why am I using mouse? Where this, this neck here has this curve, but it's really big. And then that's about the same, but then this hair, if I can use a blue or green or something, or a zomp, I'm gonna use as many zomp means as I can. Then this kind of turns into that shape, which, if you look there, looks. Does that look better? This tail is definitely different. Has this kind of triangle look there. And then we swap around, and then here it's pretty much a mirror image of before. And then it goes all the way around, and then it flips to the other side. So you can see here, like, if I wanted to swap, this head to have her, where'd you get to look? More forward? If I wanted to look more forward, I would have to take this and separate everything else. I wanted to look forward. Whoops. I have her hair now behind her neck and on the opposite side, but all I wanted to do was just change this head to this head. So in that case, it gets confusing. So it's like, oh, I have to, if I wanted to look forward, with this head, but I wanted her to start here and end here, I would have to then figure out where her neck hair is. And because it's inside, I have to go inside here, double click, and then find out, oh, I didn't want her hair to be like that, so I have to like drag this, over to the next bit. What would that be? Oh wait, no, it's the same layer as, this mask here. It's because it's being maxed inside, so you won't see it behind you here, but why have it behind you here? So it just gets, this is another thing too. This isn't mine at all. I claim no credit for this, but they're using masks instead of using layers. So with this format, you have like these bits, like this is a separate bit, and this is a separate, separate bit. So you can barely see this kind of outline around the ear. So if you have something, what? And then inside, how does that work? And also you got this magic thing that's always there. Click it, which always has this magic symbol always there. This horn, tiara. Anyway, so if I wanted to, I would have to get rid of this hair, delete it, and then figure out how to place this hair now behind this ear. So I have to place it underneath this mask or something. I have to like, this big box here is visible. So then you have this weird mask that has to go with every single frame of where the head is. So I'm just explaining that. I'm not saying like my way is better, but it just seems like this is much more complex than it needs to be. So, and then we add these other bits that are always inside of her puppet. Then that happens, and then this counter doesn't match with when we're supposed to start the animation, like here. And then there's no counter. Is there a counter? There's a counter here. But why start with 0 here? So it gets obviously more complicated in this sense, but it's nicely done though. The artwork is very good, and we can click on anything and we can see the much more symbols and stuff. And I did download the DSX puppet, but I've never, used it in any production or anything. So it's much easier for me to see. I was using that as a somewhat of a reference and used it a couple times, to figure out like, oh yeah, I could put different legs and different symbols of legs. Each of these can be rotated and stuff. So that kind of stuff I needed to look at. So I definitely didn't, take from it. But this is, I believe, mostly a fan-made one. I think is this Minty? It's hard to say. Mirror template? That sounds right. That is Minty Root. Made the base of it, and then someone else colored it purple and then added all the hair and eyeshadow line, eye color, and then the cutie mark and the tail and everything else. So when you have to recolor it into a different point, it definitely takes some effort, but it's much more complex than it in some cases need to be. Okay, let's see how you guys are talking. I wasn't looking at it. Okay, that's not related to anything I was saying. Okay. Do you think I should add a rule where if you're not on topic, or that's a bit harsh to get you away? Yeah, but it'd be nice if you stayed on topic a little bit more, you guys. Especially when I'm trying to, explain this kind of stuff, but if you're not really interested, then obviously I can tell. So, just wanted to explain a couple things for you guys. So then we can, go back here and we can see that I still got this blue for her eyes are masks. So, yep. Oops. Yep. Oh, that was right. Yep. Now, why did it? I clicked the wrong one. Oh, you've been listening? Okay, cool. Thank you. You're the one that Farrell I was trying to explain it to. Yeah. News was on. Okay. Just make another small point, I guess, if there's nothing else for you guys. So this is anything that's inside of this blue tint becomes visible. So if it's outside, I guess I could just do this. That's pretty the easiest way to explain it, that anything inside of this light blue becomes visible. So if it's outside, then it becomes invisible. So let me drag this back in by undoing. Yep. So you can see like this little bit down here. I don't know, I'm getting closer myself. This little purple bit, because it's outside that shape there, becomes visible. So that's good. Get rid of that blue. That's just so I know that there is a mask that's going on. So, eyes look off. Yeah, seems like this one's a bit short. I don't know, short that way. Yeah. Hey Mario, nice to see you. Are you new to these streams? Let's see. I was actually just gonna be ending it a bit. Can I grab it? Where is it? Oh, it's inside of here. That made a weird noise. I don't know what that was. Let's see. I think I'll just quickly change this. So it goes behind there. There we go. So I don't know which one's better in this case, as it's having, which is really short. It definitely seems like it's the same. In this case, it's the same puppet as if a normal mare. And then I said, can it be the alicorn proportions? And then she has a little giraffe neck. Oh yeah, that looks way better. I like this back hair. This back hair here. Definitely looks a little better when you rotate it. Yeah. You're an elephant? Somewhat, yeah. She's like a giraffe elephant. Let's see. I'm not really working on anything. I'm gonna log this only at like 1 hour though. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, I never really opened Vesper. We could just take a really short look at her. Spin her around. Definitely things are jiggling around. But she's just gonna be a cloaked, mysterious pony. That in this story, Twilight doesn't know who she is at first. And over the conversation, we figure out who she is. Distorted her snout? I don't think so. That's the wrong one. Oh, it looks like her neck disappeared. That's no good. So I got pretty good with that. Or I could just make that another frame. There we go. So, let's make this 2. I don't know why that's 2. That should be 2. Aha, everything's figured out. I didn't press any of that. And that's 5. Okay. Cool. Yep. It's Derpy. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, Derpy got the alicorn element and then started having a conversation with Twilight about why Celestia was evil. Nice. That's good theory. Let's see. What do I have here? Oh yeah, I was looking at different ways to draw cloaks at different angles. So I was like, hey look, this cloak doesn't match the design of this one. Which one should I go with, you know? And then a rear 3/4, a little bit different. Yeah. That's the overlay thing. Just not in her face. Made her elephant for a sec. Not sure what elephant means. In that case, I'm choosing the wrong one. An elephant to me means she has a long nose, but I don't remember having to do that. Anyway, that looks good. And then we got her. Yeah. Nothing much else to say about this. Just been needed to work a little bit more, and there's a bunch of more stuff. It's still a bit rough. So, mostly, you know, because of these different references and stuff are from different types of cloaks, it makes it trickier. You know, like from here to here. we can see like this is kind of this shape, but then in the next shot it's like that shape. So I could see like this kind of curve. It's not the same curve, so I have to there we go. I have to change like this S shape into a C shape, which that's not the same, so I have to figure out which one to use is more important. These are basically all the same until there, but then it changes. But that's mostly to change to match up with this front hood shape, which is this S shape. Okay, well, that happened. I have no clue why that kind of stuff is happening. So I need to somehow either choose between this or this. It's hard to say because, you know, from the front it looks okay to have this S, but then it also looks good at the profile to have this backwards C. So I don't know if there's going to be times where I should, you know, rotate her head is what I'm afraid of at this point, is if you can rotate her head from there to there or something, or she has to do like a whole 360 turnaround. I don't think there is one, but I think there might be like just like a 90-degree kind of thing, maybe. Either she's starting here and rotates to there, so I just have to make sure it all looks okay. You know, it's not, you know, having her head, you know, at 4 feet and then at another angle she's like 5 feet, so that kind of stuff. But just sweating the details mostly here. Yeah. Yeah, that's just checking chat on this screen now. Yeah, it's no good. Yeah. Duder, I just figured that, you know, I've had a history of different streams, so I haven't really had too many YouTube streams, so I wanted to test it out too. Like, I've been on Twitch for like a couple weeks. I had no I had no audience at that point, so I had like no viewers for like 2 hours, you know, every day that I was streaming on Twitch. So this is definitely more fun because I know that I have an audience already, and I'm very fortunate for that. And then having you guys stick around, and then some of you want to be mods, so I'm really happy with that. Yeah, because, you know, these are only getting like 100 to 1,000 views. I'm only making like, you know, less than 10 cents out of some of these, but if I do a bunch, and if they, you know, become popular, then they'll have more people who come in and stuff. So it's definitely testing the waters to see if this is popular, and definitely is at this point. So it'd be hard to then say, hey, go watch me on blah blah blah. So it's hard to tell everyone at that point. So I think I'll stick up here until either interest dies or I'm uninterested or something happens, you know. So definitely have, you know, plenty of projects to keep it interesting, you know. Because I have, you know, the 3 projects that I've been showing off, and then I'll have a new one for my channel, you know, every couple of weeks. I could probably only show off like the first couple bits. Otherwise, I don't want to spoil it, and I want to keep it, you know, have some content for my Patreon, you know, so I can show things off there, like show my shortboards or work in progress more there to make them feel special, you know, that they get worth out of being a Patreon. Anyway, there's nothing else that I'm going to be doing So for the stream, I'm just having her spin around, and if there's any more actual technical stuff I can talk about, then yeah, I could talk about that. But if Duder's not really saying anything that's going to be important to this stream, yeah, that's very off topic. So I definitely won't wanna. I don't want to get into that on this kind of stream. So I'm sorry. I just want to keep it kind of focused, and I'm already been off focus for like a half hour. So if there's anything else, then I'll have to end it pretty much here. Yeah. So if you guys want to see any other kind of technical stuff in this kind of like open another, go back to Twilight, in here, and try to dissect something here. Otherwise, yeah, that'll be it for tonight. And then I'll be back, what is today, Thursday? I'll be back on Tuesday with something else, maybe. I'll probably work on my movie, Derpy movie. Yeah. Okay, you're good now. That's good. Good to hear. So I was getting almost dizzy looking at that for a while. We can talk about offline. Yeah, when I close this, we'll have the chat open, so maybe we can do that. That sounds good. Yeah. Oh, that sounds fun. You're gonna play some games? Yeah. Glad this is a pretty chill thing. Keeping this pretty chill is fun. Makes it low effort for me to, just kind of entertain you by just playing with what I know. So that's fun. Yeah. So anyway, I think I'll end it here then. I'll go to end and then end it after like a minute or so. I don't know. Not sure why I have the end screen, but it's fun. Creates a cool full circle where we have the toasters again. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. See ya.